Welcome back to the LP Marathon of the Jack series. This time we'll be doing Jack Free. Finally, huh? Let's start the fucking thing and begin our trek through Jack Free, which is, complicated. It's not as hard as Jack 2. It's easier than Jack 2. The problem more stems on how kinda broken it is. And you will see that as we get through this Let's Play. But right now, let's watch the intro and see what's going on.
Of the Grand Council of Haven City, for heinous acts and crimes against the people, you are hereby banished to the wasteland for life.
This is a death sentence, Vegers. There must be another way.
Your protest was overruled. This dark eco-freak is dangerous. Now drop the cargo! This is an outrage! I am outraged beyond words! Although I do have something to say. Not everyone agrees with this ridiculous decree.
Yeah! We want a recount!
Oh, I see you wish to join him. Actually, we are not that outraged. Farewell, Jack! Stay out of the sun! Drink lots of water, if you can find it.
Jack?
Go back to the city, Dax.
I'm sorry. The council is too powerful. There was nothing
I know.
You just stay alive, you hear me? That's an order. Someone will find you. I promise.
May the precursors have mercy on you.
Daxter!
Don't thank me. I'm only here because you wouldn't last a second without me. Okay, tough guy. You got us into this mess. Now you gotta get us out.
Ah, what a team we'll make.
Let's just get moving. But which way?
That way!
That way.
Oh, and I suppose you know where you're going, huh?
Better than you do, bent beak.
Let's just move.
This was all your stupid idea.
No, it was yours. Only a bird brain could have thought this one up. Let's go with him. We'll help together. You mean we'll die together? I can't believe this city hates us. We saved those lowlifes.
Jack, the city's divided. Reports say new Crimson Death bots are holding a vital section of the industrial area. My men are getting their asses kicked. The KG have a new leader. We're trying to find out who it is.
I'm afraid I've got more bad news. A large group of surviving metalheads have concentrated in another section of the city.
But we destroyed Core.
It appears the strongest metalheads have survived. The battle for the city has just begun.
The people are blaming you, Jack.
Right. Good plan, Jack. A nap would be nice. Just a teensy little rest.
This bird is overcooked.
The bells.
Report!
It's bad. The city's become a battlefield. Mechanized death bots have taken the industrial section, and the surviving metalheads have expanded their hold on the west side. We're losing ground on all fronts.
The council's meeting tonight in emergency session. Rumblings about you, Jack. It doesn't look good. They think your friendship with Crew helped the metalheads get into the city.
You don't believe that, do you?
What's in the past is done. Right now, metalheads are assaulting the palace. They're looking for something, and I have no idea.
Over here! Jump!
curses.
Looks like we found some live ones. Barely. Here's the beacon we were picking up. Who gave you this? We'll take them with us. Let's move. I smell a storm coming.
So yeah, you kind of seen the intro before you watched the demo play of this game. But yeah, Jak 3. This comes after Daxter, and well, after Jak 2 really. And it's a good game. I will say that much. The story is actually really interesting and cool. But yeah, like I said, the game's kind of broken. More broken than Jak 2 in a way. But it's easier, so we won't have that much hope with anyway. So let's begin by starting a new game and seeing what we're in for the very beginning of Jak 3.
I love water. Oh, yes. It's so good. Desert bed.
Well, you've come back from the dead, have you? And my monks were ready to pray for you. I am Damas, king of Spargus.
Spargus? Wait, nobody lives outside Haven's walls. Not a whole city.
Ah, yes. We are the Forgotten Ones. Haven City's refuse, thrown out and left to die. Just as you were. But now that you have been saved, your life belongs to the people of Spargus. And we will use it well, if it's actually worth anything.
Hey, that sounds like a bad deal.
You are in no position to deal. Out here, everything is either useful or dead weight. Prove yourselves worthy, or the desert will be your grave.
You need to work on making a better first impression.
In the unforgiving wasteland, we value strength and survival above all. We will see where you stand soon enough. Complete your training, then enter the arena. Just the bravest crawl out and are allowed to stay in Spargus. It's quite simple, really.
What happens to the ones that don't crawl out?
Then it will be as if we never found you.
I was afraid of that.
Hail, all citizens of Spargus! Welcome to the Arena of Death, where we get to watch other people wet themselves in fear. These halls will once again test two newcomers, each fighting to prove their worth to stay among us. Let's hear it for Jak and his obnoxious talking animal!
Pecker, there you are. Where were you?
Damas says I am to be his new counselor. He says my wisdom will serve him well. Oh yeah, and Damas also says that you two are likely to die in the arena today. And he hopes your death is very,
Will you stop that? Damas can talk for himself.
He is right. You will most likely die. And yes, Pecker is my new advisor.
Unlike you, some people appreciate my talents.
It beats working for a living. I saw a few of the fights earlier.
Ooh, not a pretty sight.
Why, you little...
Let the games begin!
And in we go. So yeah, we have been kind of imprisoned in this area in the desert because some shit happened. And the people of Haven City kind of hate us. Great. I'm glad that it started off with our hero essentially kind of fucking up badly and being in a war he couldn't win, and now everybody hates him and, you know, evicted him from the entire city, and now he's banished to the wasteland to basically die. Except the wasteland apparently has wastelanders. You know, like Sig, he was a wastelander, so yeah, of course we're going to meet some more, weren't we? And Ashlin did save us here, so I'm guessing she might have something to do with the wastelanders as well. Who knows? All I do know is that now we have to go through some Ratchet and Clank-esque bullshit, and I died. I can grab that too for some reason, but I'm dead. So yeah, first death. Good shit. It's fine though, we got a checkpoint. So let's just go ahead and talk about the fact that we are starting off with our usual bullshit. The games don't really change much in Control, because Jak 3 plays essentially the exact same as Jak 2. I don't know any real difference outside of what's been added to the game. A lot of the combat stuff's still the same from Jak 1, so, you know, same shit. And when we get into the gun combat, it's basically going to be the same thing as Jak 2, but again, improved. So, you know, nothing too new for the entire game. But you know what? We're about to get into our combat, and we're going to have to get our first gun of the game, which you can all tell what it's going to be.
The candidates have won the challenge.
That's right. We bad. You haven't forgotten what I taught you, Jak.
Anyone can make a few measly jumps. Now let's see how you rate against the living. Readjust the matterformers. Prepare the arena for full combat.
Prepare the arena for full combat.
I just said that.
I know, I was just adding, you know, how you do the thing with the... Anyway, prepare the warriors.
You mean we have to fight against actual people? With actual weapons? Who actually want to hurt us?
Fine, bring him on.
All right, that's it. I want to be on his shoulder.
Well, so yeah, we have our spread fire gun again, our blaster. You know, the best way of dealing with this is to just punch and then shoot. You know, that little trick we learned back in Jak 2. A lot of the gun basically applies the exact same way. It's just that here, you won't really learn too much about this. At best, you will just learn about the fact you can use this. It'll be useful as hell. And that you'll be wanting to kill a good number of these guys who will appear in unison, for the most part, and get killed by 2 hits. However, you might also notice that your health has changed a bit, in which you kind of have less health now. It's interesting. But you'll notice that it's not a full circle. It's actually like maybe 1/3 of a circle. That's important, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, as you can see, these guys take about 2 points of health off of you, so yeah, for a start off, these guys can kill you in about 4 hits. Oh yeah, Dark Jak. Yeah, this thing is here too, and introduced the same way as it was in Jak 2, really. So that's great. Also, we killed him, even though that last guy got killed himself. The AI is about as dumb as they were in Jak 2. Anyway, now that we're done with these little fights, we can now move on with the game back into our main hub, which is a new main hub, a new little map, and, you know, might as well see the cutscene for how we turn into Dark Jak, which all we know is that we can punch faster, and that's about the gist of it.
Something you're not telling us, Animal Man?
He has been touched with dark eco, my liege.
Our boy here gets all mean and nasty when you piss him off. So don't piss him off. Word to the wise.
Ah, then he is dangerous, and that could be useful. Your bravery has earned you your first battle amulet. If you are victorious in 2 more arena fights, you will earn your citizenship to Spargus. Here is a gate pass to allow free passage in and out of the city. But beware, there is no true refuge outside our walls. The desert is less kind than I. And for your victory, a gun mod is your prize.
Oh yeah, now we're talking. Hey, what do I get? Nothing, as usual.
So yeah, a lot of things have happened. Now we got the blasters. So we got our 2 beginner weapons right off the bat. Our spread fire gun and our blaster gun, which we all know the blaster gun is the best way of spreading a lot of these assholes down by spin kicking. Anyway, let's go on forward. We're about to be our next important character of the game. This guy, right over there.
Those were some sweet moves in the arena, boy. But a little more choke, and you would have popped, eh?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you talking to him?
No, I'm conversing with me sweet departed mom. Of course you borehead. You 2 are from the Big Smoke, eh?
Who's asking?
The guy who runs this place, that's who. Kleiver's the name. You blokes stick with me, and I'll take care of you. In fact, I've got a job for you right now. Ride me leaper lizard here and catch a few of those little buggers that have been raiding me storerooms. Snag me 6 of them puppies, and I'll let you drive one of me racing vehicles. That is, if Damas ever lets you leave the city.
I think we can handle that.
No! I hate riding animals! They make me chafe.
Okay, so that was Kleiver, and our last guy was Damas. And these are two main characters of Jak 3, when it comes to the new characters at least.
We have to find those kangaroos.
Oh yeah, and leaper lizards. Well, you know how back in Jak and Daxter 1, you know, we had those flut-fluts, but we could only use them like about 2 times in the whole entire game? They make up for that by having these flut-like characters called leaper lizards all around the entirety of the Wasteland City. So yeah, you will be using these guys for a good bit of the beginning of the game at least. So you get to use them a lot more than flut-fluts. Also, yes, precursor orbs are here. Precursor orbs are more glitched in this game than they are in Jak 2, though. I'll get to that when I get to that, because there will be a moment where I can actually explain the part where it kind of gets fucked. Right now, though, not so much. I can just worry about, you know, going through and getting shit. Because the way you get precursor orbs now, it's different. There's also metalhead gems in the game, and the way you get those is also kind of different, because metalhead gems aren't really like, you know, the original where you don't get much out of it. You know, where you really only get about the last few bits at the very end of the game, and you can get your last ability by then after you beat the final boss. In this game, you get so many fucking metalhead gems that you can oh yeah, by the way, these fucking lizards can actually die in one hit. So be careful, because the audience here, the people walking around, they'll have guns. Oh yeah, breakable items. Remember how we can break items before in the marketplace and such that didn't do anything because they didn't have anything in them to begin with? Well, guess what? They actually decided to put items in there, being precursor orbs, health, and metalhead gems, which is going to be your main source of metalhead gems now. Sure, the enemies are still around, the metalheads are still around, and they will give you metalhead gems still, but you'll mainly get your metalhead gems from here, and their use is very different from before. As you can see, like, breaking one little box here to get some items. Yeah, it can get up to like 2 to 6 of these fucking metalhead gems, so you get a lot more from this than you do from, like, killing metalheads, really. Oh, and none of them really fall out of the map, so, you know, that's cool. There are moments, though. There are moments where the metalhead gems do glitch out of the map because, you know, that hasn't really changed. But, you know, just in case, there are moments where this is good. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get our last of these Kanga lizards, which you're only going to deal with once. This is the one time. And, yeah, after this, we can now begin our next little mission, which is right next to me, actually.
Not bad, blokes. Maybe me food stores will last a little longer now. If Damas ever gives you a pass to leave the city, I'll let you take one of me rides for a spin. See you around, newbies.
Yeah, the rides. You're gonna love how the vehicles are like in this game, because, yeah, the Zoomers are still around. We'll get to that when we get to that. It's gonna be later in the game, but, there's a different kind of vehicle in this game, and it introduces us to something that will be pretty much how the next game after this one is gonna be like. Also, yeah, the secrets are still around, and the way they work in this game is different. It's not like before where you get a certain amount to unlock them. It's more like it's a shop now. Anyway, let's just go ahead and grab all of this shit. And, you know, the stuff you get in the secrets menu is also different as well. But, again, more into that later on. Right now, it's going around collecting all of these precursor orbs that are laying around and shit out here in the Wastelanders City. And, yeah, then we'll begin our next mission, which is right over there, right next to me. Unique icon. Let's go see what it's all about, shall we? I'm sure it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun times, isn't it? Especially for all these metalhead gems.
Check out these funny dudes, huh? Nice threads. I didn't know rubber was back in. What are you working on, monk boy?
It is none of your concern, animal.
Look, coloring book, we've had a hard week. Don't push it.
The arena shows all, Dark One. Hate consumes your eyes.
Great. Thanks for the tip.
It will destroy you, just as these precursors destroyed themselves.
It doesn't look like any precursor crap we've seen.
These artifacts are an abomination. One fell on the great volcano. We sent an expedition to the mountain, but my monks never returned. Ill tidings sing in the wind. I fear the remaking of the world is at hand.
I think you've been out in the sun a little too long. Let's go, Jack.
You must leave this place. Heroes think they can save the world when they themselves are lost. You could not possibly understand the dark forces at work here.
Don't talk to me about dark powers. I want to know what this is. Stand back.
And the first minigame of the game. This is the, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically where you see those circles that keep moving inwards and outwards. You press the triangle, circle, X, or square buttons. Yeah, it's confirmed to be X, not, cross. Or was it actually the other way around? I forgot, because I don't care. But, yeah, you know, square, triangle, circle, and X. These are all the buttons that you'll be pressing for this minigame. And the way it works is you have to press them by the time they get into the circle. There is a trick to it, and there is a high scoreboard for this, and it will give us a whole bunch of precursor orbs. But not in this run. In this one, we have to get 75. And the trick here, in order to get a lot of points, which, you know, doubles it really, is to press at the time of 2 buttons appearing at once. That's how you actually get double. And I don't mean by them being separate, I mean by them being connected to the same button. Don't worry, we'll get to that when we get to that. But right now, we're not done the minigame. Let's complete it and move on with this mission.
You cracked it, Jack.
Don't touch it. Dark Eco.
Yeah, you're impressed now, aren't you? Come on, give him his preps.
Those are solid eco crystals. It has been passed down through time that they power the greatest of precursor technologies. Strange. It speaks an ancient dialect, the earliest precursor forms. Something about reclaiming this unfinished world.
Those look like coordinates, like the ones from...
It is picking up a very powerful signal.
I don't think we're gonna like what this thing is yapping to.
Even you cannot save us from this, hero.
Hey, I'm the real hero here. You can call me Orange Lightning. Zing!
You may carry the color of our creator's animal, but we have plans to save ourselves. Stay out of our business. You and Orange Lightning are not welcome here.
Well, I'm glad we're making some friends. So yeah, we now have a dark gem crystal. And, they're important. They're key items. There's a lot of key items in this game. You'll be seeing them throughout. So yeah, I'm gonna go around and grab some more precursor orbs and metalhead gems, and yeah, then we can move on. And yeah, we'll be breaking a whole bunch of shit and exploring all around the place. I won't explain too much about their locations, you can see them yourself. There are also little side missions we can do. You can see them on the green arrows that we are usually accustomed to with these side missions back in Jak 2. But the way they work is different, because you go up to them and you pay for them.
Heroes must have quick feet. Get to this spot in time for a reward.
Yep, this is back. We have to go and find the precursor orb, which I failed the first time. You see, it works the same way as every other time we do this. And it's going to work the same way for this Let's Play. if I failed the first time, on a cut, I will show you the, correct way.
Almost, hero. Too slow. Try again to prove you.
And yeah, some dialogue as well, and it goes on for a while. I'm not letting you fucking hear it, because it's just like, who cares? But yeah, this is basically one from Jak 2. We go around looking for the Precursor Orb, and it is the most common one. So have fun looking around for that golden Precursor Orb in order to actually get a whole bunch of Precursor Orbs out of it. Like so.
Excellent. I see such promise in you.
Hooray. Okay, jump cut right to some more breaking of shit. Now, I said that the Precursor Orbs are broken, but luckily in those little mini games, those little side missions, like find the orbs and shit, those are fine. Also, I can still get secrets that are available for purchase in the secret menu. Yep, you purchase secrets of your Precursor Orbs. Right now, it's just gimmick stuff, but later on, we will have to actually use it for, more practical reasons. Also, right behind here is a ladder, and there's a little, small hallway area here. If you look around, you'll find this building is not that far away, and upwards, you will find ourselves with some breakables, and some more Precursor Orbs. Actually, in this breakable right over here. Okay, so let's get right down to business. You remember, the hoverboard thing? We had that before. Well, when we were put in jail, they removed it from our backs, so we can't ride this pipe here. This is why these little lizard guys here, also fall damage is still around. These lizard guys are our main transport for the time being until we get our board back, which will be way later in the game. But right now, we have our board. We have our lizards. Our Leaper lizards do a fairly good job. They work the same way as the fucking Flut-Fluts. Which is weird, and they do sound the same as the Flut-Fluts. They are basically reused of just a new visual to it as the Flut-Fluts. So, you get most of your use out of this, but right now, let's just go inside this little area here. This is optional, really, because it's only here for you to really get some missions when you have to come here from Damas. But otherwise, there's no real point to come here except to get Precursor Orbs. And maybe some Metalhead Gems. Because the whole bunch of bases surrounding, including right behind his throne, which have these Precursor Orbs. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to be perfect at this game. I will miss some Precursor Orbs. I'm saying it right off the bat that if you are playing this 100% and you remember everything, you will notice that I do indeed miss some. I'm sorry. My memory isn't that good. My memory is actually kind of fuzzy with this game when it comes to 100% because even though it's easier than Jak 2, there's so much, and I haven't played this in so long that it's like, it's about as fuzzy as it was in Jak 2, but a little worse. And that's because Jak 2 basically haunted my brain with its bullshit, whereas this game didn't. And, yeah, there's also, the next game, Jak X, which is not going to be too much of a worrisome thing to me, because we don't have to worry about any collectibles in that one. And, there's also, that PSP game that none of the fans of Daxter want to even mention, but I will, because I will do that game. And yeah, more Dark Eco. As you can see, the Dark Eco bar has changed. It's a bit more smaller, which means that, not going to be that much painful for getting more to fill it up, but, might be a bit of a problem for using. But you might notice another bar next to it. That one's interesting, and you will see what that's about way later in the game. Well, not way later, but, later in the game, you will see what that's about. Anyway, we're going down now. We're going back into the main area where the arena is, which It does have precursor orbs, and I will get them, just not right now. There will be a time where getting them will be good. But for now, not really. We can wait a bit on that one. You don't have to. You can get it right now. You can go back to the fucking arena and get them right now. It's literally in one spot, all the ones in the arena. But for me, I'll wait. Because right now we can't really get anything of great use from the secret menu for now. Later on, it will be of humongous use to worry about the secret menu and worrying about your fucking precursor orbs for that shit. But for now, not really. Right now, you're fine. But yeah, look around. Look around the roofs and shit, because they can hide shit there as well. Like, right over there, there's a precursor orb. And over to the other side of those stairs, another one. I mean, it is easy to miss precursor orbs in this one, because I believe that they hide the precursor orbs actually a lot better in this game than they did in Jak 2. So, you know, be careful. Because it is easy to lose them. However, major good news. There are no precursor orbs that will be gone forever. Okay? Every precursor orb is gettable post-game. So post-story, you can grab every precursor orb. You can miss all of them and have 0 the entire game if you want to be a major badass and play it basically vanilla as fuck. Which I'm not going to. But otherwise, you know, if you do that, at the very least, you won't miss any precursor orbs. None of them get locked out, so you are always able to grab them. So, there's no worrying about precursor orbs here. There's no worrying about these fucking metalhead gems here. For a reason. But we'll get to that way later. And there's no worrying about any collectible in this game. Every single one of them is grabbable and is going to make you get that 100% no problem. Except for one reason. Except for one reason that is unintended. But will fuck you. And it's a glitch. Again, it's a glitch I'm gonna have to explain when we get to when the glitch is, you know, applicable. And it's one where you're going to have to make multiple saves.
Heroes must show fast thinking to go with their fast movement. Beat this ring challenge for a reward.
Oh yeah, the ring challenges are back. Remember these fucking things? Yeah, these are fun. And we're doing them for Flut too. And there's music too, my god. So yeah, ring challenges, they're back from Jak 2 as well. I wouldn't say that they're harder than Jak 2. They're harder than Jak 1. It's kind of, I'm kind of in the middle on if these are actually more difficult than Jak 2. We do give you a few bit of these, and they can be dickish. But, range challenges have never really been that much of a problem to me, so.
Wonderful work, warrior. You are an inspiration.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this part. Let's go for the menu, look for all the shit that we have, and, you know, check out some things that are important. First things first, the map. There's going to be different maps throughout the entire game, and this is our first map of the city. So there you go. Spargus City. Next up is the missions, which is the same as Jak 2. Next up will be high scores, same as Jak 2, except here we got the satellite game, that's the name of it, and it's 1,000 points get gold. Next up, inventory. It's changed quite a bit. We now have vehicles, which we don't have any yet. We have the guns, which there are morph gun mods, so there are upgrades to our guns. Keep that in mind. There's armor, which will increase our health. Keep that in mind. There's dark jack powers, the dark bomb and the dark blast. And light jack powers. You're gonna love them. There's also the items, the War Amulet, and the Passgate Spargus, and the Dark Eco Crystal, which there are 4 of, as well as 4 Light Crystals. So yeah, getting a lot of crystals. But there's also a bunch of other miscellaneous items as well that I get throughout the game, and they're all story related, so you will get them by the end of the game. There's also the controls, which, it's just controls, basic shit, and options, which, is options. And saving and loading, and the secrets menu. Last time, we had to get a certain amount of secrets in order to unlock shit, really. Now, we buy weapon upgrades of these secrets. We buy vehicle upgrades. We get the crazy miscellaneous shit. We get expert stuff, cheats, art gallery stuff. It's all layered out for you. And it's awesome. And kinda useful now. Because now you'll be wanting to get precursor orbs for the upgrades. I mean, yeah, expert options is cool and all, and, getting all the extra miscellaneous shit like, cutscenes and art and such is awesome too. But you kind of want to, like, save up your precursor orbs for those fucking, like, for all of those upgrades. They're important. Also, you can toggle Jack's goatee. Okay, so that's going to do it for this part. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next time, in Jak 3, let's say 2, in Jak 3, we're actually going to begin the driving. This is a thing that led to why Jak X exists. Because Jak 3 began this, and Jak X is where they kind of made the main point of the game, and made it a lot more fun to play with. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time for Jak 3's driving, aka vehicle sections, which will be the main part of the majority of Jak 3. See you then.